Have you guys seen, you guys going to see Borderlands?
No, did that come out?
It came out. I've seen it twice.
Thoughts?
Both when
Twice?
you guys...
Whoa.
When you two fuckers walked in. Hello, boys. Hello, gals. And hello, non-binary friends. And welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet with more judgy per screen than ever. You get to see our whole body.
This is probably a terrible angle for me.
Oh, no.
So don't tell me.
Erica,
What?
can I say something?
Only if it's a compliment. I'm pretty fragile right now, actually.
You're your harshest critic, and everybody will think you're beautiful.
Preach. That's crazy that you don't believe that. That is, dare I say, madness?
Yeah, you do dare.
Candorly. I'm very candorly.
You did walk in with a bit of a... Demure today, Erica.
Yeah.
Did you dress your husband in demurely?
No, he dressed himself.
Notice how I trimmed my beard for the podcast. So demure of me.
How did you do that? Do you just like do it based off vibes? Do you look in demure?
That's very good. Well, I do look in demure, but sometimes I feel like I don't know if like I feel like I do my right side really good, and then I try to do my left side, and it's fucked up every time. But I can't tell if it's because I still use my right hand, but I'm like blocking my view, I think.
Oh yeah,
and so
very relatable.
And then I kind of like, especially when I like try to cut like the chin line, and I feel like I'm like chasing myself because I'm like oh, and
you
then
cut
I'm, like,
a little bit, yeah.
And then at one point I have to just stop, and I'm like, nobody's gonna notice it anyways.
Nobody's gonna know.
It.
Nobody's gonna know.
Are you on the demure side of TikTok?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a demure side. I think there's one person,
one single creator,
and Christian loves them.
I love them, and they are riding that train. I get 5 demure videos a day.
I really don't understand what that is, actually.
I don't. Do you see how like good I look for work and like just how well I present myself?
Mm-hmm.
That's very demure of me.
Have you looked up the definition?
No, not at all.
Reserved, modest, and shy, typically used of a woman. Of clothing giving a modest appearance.
This is one of my most demure outfits.
That's fair.
I usually show the...
I was going to say, you do have an extra button up right now.
I normally show the goods off.
Maybe you start undoing buttons from the bottom.
Yuck.
Maybe.
Yuck.
Maybe just show off the midriff.
If I had the midriff to show off, I would.
New fashion trend alert. Belly buttons are out. The rest of the riff is in.
Okay.
So button down shirt, but you keep the buttons and you trim out the midriff. So you have like a belly shirt with a tail.
So I feel
a modesty tail.
I feel like what you're talking about is like I almost would have to have a bodysuit kind of thing going on where I have the snaps in my crotch.
Ooh.
And then I have to have a high hip lines to really
I truly hate what Josh is describing.
Have you tried it?
I just feel it would... no, because it would look stupid.
But my hip bones are, dare I say, hot.
And
I think I could show them off.
I do agree.
You got sick cum gutters?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
More like cum...
Sickly cum gutters.
Cum reservoirs.
Yeah.
Really.
That's a closer.
I don't like that.
Cum retaining pools.
Also, I would like the viewers to note that when Josh moved the table, he only gave me one of my carrots.
That was all that was on the table.
Oopsies.
The rest were stage carrots.
No, my classic carrot is over there.
Stage carrots.
Stage carrot.
Another fluffy carrot.
How many carrots do you need?
All of them.
How much shit you gonna talk?
None at all.
Because I was getting ready to throw one, but I was like, dang, I don't have all of my carrots over here.
Interesting. Well, let's see. Maybe you got sent another one over at P.O. Box 58 Ottawa, Illinois, 62350. You can send in whatever the heck you want, and we'll open it. And if it's real bad, we cut it out. We have cut out mail on the podcast before.
Have we?
Yes.
Okay. Please read.
Hard cut.
This is some high-quality paper. Ah, there is a carrot on here. Piss-soaked streets of the French Quarter. That carrot's standing on. I love it. Hi, Erica. You spelled it wrong.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
How? See?
Yeah.
Send in more mail.
And Christian, Josh, and Aurora in parentheses underneath. Greetings from your favorite vacation city, New Orleans. It is my favorite. I'm glad you remembered. My name is Lane, like Tulane University, also in New Orleans. And I discovered the Judgies about 2 years ago while scrolling through TikTok. I was instantly hooked. I started listening to the show and roped my partner Vincent into the Piss Baby community. Oh, ABP baby. Y'all are the first thing we turn on when we get into the car. The Judgies have been the soundtrack to hurricane evacuations, beach trips, long drives to my partner's hometown, and weekend errands. Thanks for churning out content to keep us laughing.
That's right. This is a churn.
Vincent and I recently got engaged. In lieu of inviting y'all to a wedding you can't attend, I'd like to extend an open invitation to visit New Orleans.
Hey.
Well, we got invited. I have to go. I be saying it. I've always been saying it.
You have.
Anytime I get invited to go to New Orleans, I have to go.
Oh, I don't think you've been saying that.
I've been saying that. You can ask anyone.
Okay, Christian.
Well, as far as I remember, she's been saying that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Our town is terrible, has terrible infrastructure and smells like pee, but the culture is unbeatable. I honestly don't think it smells like pee that bad.
And obviously your infrastructure top notch.
It smells musty. I will say that.
Also, our nearest city is Chicago, and
That definitely smells like pee.
has a whole incident with bridges and defecation. So
Yeah.
I think New Orleans is doing all right.
If you ever
Yeah.
head down this way, we would be happy to buy a round of drinks or offer up non-touristy food and activity recommendations from a lifelong local. Happy to recommend touristy shit too if that's what you're into. I love some good kitsch. Now onto the
What's
gifts.
kitsch? Also, I've been saying this. I've never turned down a free drink.
He has been saying that.
That's true.
What's kitsch?
Got a carrot. Something that's kitschy is like
Like fetch.
no.
No.
Okay. Like demure.
Normie.
No. Yes,
Okay.
more like normie. Now to the gifts. The carrot was a parade throw we caught this year. Chuck it at Josh to your heart's content.
They got this at a parade?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a parade every
So
25
there's
smells
minutes.
like
I was gonna say
piss.
there's New Orleans piss on that.
That's just crazy they were throwing carrots at a parade.
Yeah. It was a Judgies float.
I forgot.
The necklace is a vintage Mardi Gras throw
Whoa.
from 1970s.
Oh my God.
I restring these vintage pieces as part of my new sustainable accessory company. More info and a pair of sunglasses made from recycled ocean plastic coming your way sometime in 2025. Anyway, the orange
Dibs.
bead looks like a carrot. It
It
does
does.
look like a carrot.
Very Easter themed.
So it rightfully belongs to you. I fucking love this. This is incredible.
Unfortunately,
The
Mardi
shirt
Gras.
is for the littlest Judgy. Open this up, please. I write and produce an educational science podcast for children called Nature Nerds with Lane.
That's fun.
How fun! Now that the dirt in your yard is free from arsenic, I hope the whole Kleckner crew will be able to safely enjoy nature. The buttons and stickers are for y'all to share. They feature a special animal and concept that we will explore in our first episode of season 4. As a like-minded group of woke liberals, I thought y'all might enjoy them. Never stop being too political. Hugs and pisses, Lane and Vincent.
Thank you, Lane and
Thank you,
Vincent.
Lane and Vincent.
Ooh, there's some magnets too. These are so fun.
How the fuck do those work?
Magnets beats me.
And we also got a letter from
Oh, look at the sticker. It says nature is queer. And it's got a robin that's both genders.
How queer.
I guess it makes sense since it's a bird. I never knew there was a sexual dimorphism in robins.
Most birds.
Right, that's why I started out that statement with I guess it made sense because it's a bird.
Hey, most. hey, most birds.
Lane, Vincent, so glad that was wonderful. So glad for you.
This is a letter from Lita. Hi, judges. You can say my name. I'm Lita,
The wrestler?
the unit of measurement.
Oh.
I've been listening to the pod since my breakup in October of 2022. I started at the
Sad
beginning,
violin song.
and I'm now listened to every episode 4 times.
Wow.
Last year I was a top 1%
Rough
fan.
breakup.
A very bad breakup. I lived with my ex for a year and a half after, which was a terrible idea. Oh, rough breakup.
Yeah. Go figure that's a bad idea.
But I wouldn't have made it through without you guys. I love listening to Erica spelled incorrectly. It's with a K, folks. Erika.
It's fine.
Went to the bank today and I did our bank transfers, and yeah, it turns out we're rich. But they also went. She looked at me and she's like, "Are you Eric?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Josh." I was like, "Oh, she read Erica as Eric because only men can have bank accounts, I guess." Ridiculous.
Wake up, banks.
I've always said banks aren't woke enough. I wouldn't have made it without you guys. I loved listening to Erica talk about public health while I was studying for those exams. A public health queen for real.
Not anymore.
I love all of you,
I mean,
Judgies.
I still support public health, but I
But
don't work
Erica is my favorite. I'm doing my gap year in rural Illinois, but you guys made me slightly less apprehensive, apprehensive. They wrote about the boredom. I have a few stories to submit that I have my time on my hands. My friends do rave about my lore, some of which includes a con man allegedly from New Zealand, but more on that later. Love the pod and love you guys. Hugs and pisses, Lita, lip by lip. P.S. I graduated yesterday.
congratulations
From the University of Michigan. We love to see
They
it,
have
folks.
a great public health program.
Turns out she has a bullshit in public health sciences.
You made up. Fake.
Speaking of bullshit, they also have a bullshit in biopsychology, bullshit, cognition, bullshit, and neuroscience bullshit with honors bullshit.
That's insane.
And taking a year off to apply to dental school. Wow.
Damn. You
Very,
really
very.
you really like school.
Yeah, nerd. I
Really
wonder how
impressive.
many.
I was just saying that's really impressive. Good for you. Congratulations. Thanks for listening.
I wonder, as a STEM girly, how many times you got like the Millilita joke.
Yeah.
I mean, Lita is just right there for
well, when she said Australian con man, I was like, oh, is that where you came up with the fake name?
New Zealand,
What did I say?
Australian.
Same shit.
Oh, hot take.
I just disagree.
We just lost 10 listeners. All of our New Zealand heads.
Who would get more upset that Australians are being called like Kiwi or Kiwi being called like Australians?
I assume people from New Zealand get more offended.
Sure. What do you think, Erica?
I would say probably the Australians would get more offended.
Where's Old Zealand?
Great question.
I actually have an answer.
Australia.
Give it to me.
It's under the sea.
Really?
No.
The Lost City of Atlantis type beat?
No, they think that New Zealand is actually its own continent, that there is enough landmass underneath of the ocean where New Zealand is that split apart it was after Pangea, I think. I don't know. I watched a video on it. But
Everything is after Pangea.
After Pangea, after written language, but before history.
Wow. That's
Lost
crazy.
to history, sorry.
I don't think it was before written language.
Well, then how do we know it was Old Zealand?
Very good point. We don't just make very good points on this podcast. We also podcast on this podcast. And what that entails is us going online and finding silly little stories. And this is a insane snipe for me yesterday. Found it just on the nick of my teeth.
Oh, hang on. It's your episode?
Is it a you episode or an Eric episode?
I'm pretty sure it's my episode.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, that's all right.
Editor, we'll check.
Fuck me.
Cut back
I
in.
was off an episode.
This is the issue with bulking, folks. This is the issue. But this is a classic old snipe. Speaking of birds, r/relationship advice. Found this yesterday. Stepdad draws NSFW works with minors in it. How do I tell my mom?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't. I don't like that.
Never thought I'd be posting here, but here we go. My 30 male, mom, 55 female, is moving across the country to be closer to my brother and I in the anticipation of either of us having children. My wife and I actually bought a small house that she and her husband, 54 male, could live in at a subsidized by us rent. Ugh. Landlord? Gross. That's the worst part of the story so far.
So far.
If we don't include the title. My brother and I flew to where she lived to pick up the truck while she and her husband would come to the new city in a few days. Drive went fine, but while we were unloading, we saw a box fell over during the ride, and its contents were all over the truck. It was hand-drawn porn.
Oh.
Cartoony,
Old-fashioned.
but some of the art in question was definitely minors. It was her husband's work for sure, and there was a box full. Content aside of the illegal variety, insane to have a box full of porn
Yeah.
in the year of our Lord 2024.
Yeah.
And to place it so precariously inside the truck
yeah.
that it's there to tip over.
Yeah.
If I had a box full's worth of porn that I guess I don't know if it's illegal because it's drawn. That's the whole thing with like lolly porn, right? Is like, is it illegal? I think it should be, but I would split that between like all the boxes.
That's exactly what I was
slip
gonna say,
one in
Josh.
each box.
Split it into 2 boxes maybe, and then I don't know, have a single layer of not porn on top of the box.
Yeah, literally do the like hide porn in your taxes folder.
Yeah.
But in real life, put it in your important documents.
Yeah.
That way, if it tips over, it looks like it's just your social security card.
Thank you.
I actually have an aside
Okay.
related.
An acai bowl?
No.
Okay.
My mom's dad died before she was born, like right before my mom was born. Anyway, so my grandma, well, I guess it would be my great grandma, my grandpa's mom kept 2 or 3 suitcases full of all of his stuff
Okay.
this whole time. So this man died in 1974. We opened the suitcase yesterday to go through it and get rid of things that we didn't need.
Ever? First time ever?
Yeah.
Died in 1994.
1974.
Your mom
sorry,
has
yeah.
moved
No,
like
sorry,
3
78.
times in the last 10 years, and she's just now opening it?
No, this has been in my grandma's attic,
okay,
and
that
my
makes
grandma
more-
just
That makes more sense.
passed. Well,
Okay.
2 years ago, but we found a vintage Playboy in his things.
Yeah. Did all
Yeah.
the pages work?
Premium?
That's
Premium
good.
content? What do we think? Let's get a quick review.
The centerfold was boring, honestly, but the rest.
Name drop.
I don't
Did you
fucking
read
know.
the
Was it
articles?
tasteful?
No,
Was the comic funny?
no.
You would be surprised at how many more articles are in old Playboys.
Dude, I was surprised by that, actually.
Aurora
That's a thick magazine, and there's not that many titties.
So my brother cleans out houses for a living. A lot of people who had died, and a lot of old people, of course, just has
Just mountains of
mountains
Playboys.
of porn. So when we go to work out, the garage just has piles of Playboys,
Yeah, there's just a stack of Playboys like this tall.
multiple stacks.
Yeah, that's true.
And Aurora and I were just over there because we were using his back stretcher. And
oh, shit. Oh, damn, dude.
because it's an inversion board.
Inversion board. That's the word. I
Because
was
she hurt her
looking for.
back. And I was like, you want to see a Playboy? Because I don't know if she'd ever seen one. And I showed her, like, he has ones from like 2000. Like, it's got Kendra Wilkinson on it.
Okay.
So like 2009, I think, was the year.
Is that the lady? Oh, that's the one on the very top.
She's
She's the one from the Playboy TV
yeah,
show,
from
right?
the TV show, the House Bunnies, or no, that was the movie, whatever it was called. And I was like, you want to see a vintage one? Because yeah, in the vintage ones, it's like there's one picture.
Yeah.
There's like one in the from like the 60s. It's literally like, man, you have to read all the way through all this bullshit, and then you get to see one pair of boobs and a way too big of a bush.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And like the thing is that worked back in the day.
Yeah. No, there was some really there was some tasteful poses in there and everything, and kudos. There was
Yeah.
some good stuff in there. Not
Yeah.
as much nudity as I was expecting.
Yeah.
Way more words
Mhm, a
than
lot
I
of
was
words.
expecting.
Yeah. Sucks that Hugh Hefner was a piece of shit.
Yeah. Sure does.
So, anywho, cartoony, but some of the art in question were definitely minors. It was her husband's work for sure, and there was a box full.
I forgot where story we're on, and I hate this
Yeah.
again.
Thousands of drawings and very graphic. We've always felt uneasy about the guy because of how ready he was to talk to younger girls in public at a moment's notice. But this made it much more apparent. They are very religious, though my brother and I are not, and he was even a youth pastor in the small town they
there
were
it
in.
is.
Seeing this and knowing how he behaves proved to us that we should not let our future children near him. Wives made that known as well, of course. So how do I break it to my mom on what he's been doing? I know that she's going to be devastated, especially after selling her house and moving here.
I think you just here's this box we found. Is this yours? And let her realize it on her own, I suppose.
Yeah.
He pulls out the classic. it's anime. They're actually 18. They just
Yeah.
look like they're 12.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is realistically there is zero defense for this.
Yeah.
And the top comment somebody did ask, like, did you keep any of them to like give to your mom? And they said yes, we kept a couple pages, but didn't want to make it seem like we knew, because if
Yeah.
he finds out, he might try to destroy stuff, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I
They-
mean, if there's thousands of pages,
Yeah.
he's not going to notice if any go missing, really.
Right. I mean, what a mess.
What if you accidentally took his favorite?
I feel like you wouldn't keep your favorite in that box. Right?
I don't know. I have thousands of pages of porn.
Where would you keep your favorite?
I would not keep it in the box. I would keep it in between my social security card
yeah.
and my birth certificate.
I would fold it down to the size of a social security card.
You know, if you fold one sheet of inappropriate pornography 13 times, it can reach the moon.
The moon? Holy shit.
And it actually goes
Wow.
for any sheet. It doesn't have to be inappropriate porn.
Fair enough.
But
Is it only 13? I thought it was like 26.
I think the world record for folds is 7. That's the most a paper has been folded.
And is that a normal like 8x11 paper? Or was that like we had to get like a
It actually makes
100-yard by 50-yard sheet of paper?
it actually makes it harder to fold when it's bigger.
really
There's more friction. Mythbusters try to do it with a giant piece of paper, and they couldn't.
that sounds right up Mythbusters.
I can't believe you guys aren't up on your paper folding lore.
I'm not, and I feel like I need to watch more Mythbusters now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the world record is 7 folds, and it's just crazy because it's just like this big,
Yeah.
and like you're telling me 6 more folds, and I'm Lance Armstrong.
Well, I mean, I guess if it's this big, then you have to assume the next one would be this big.
You would have to assume that. Anything
Yuck.
else on paper?
I was going to make a joke when you said 7-fold. I was going to say something about.
Do you want me to repeat it? That way it'll feel more
No,
natural.
I was just going to
You
say
can-
that I
you can
already
avenge yourself.
told you that the centerfold was, or the 7-fold was boring.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, but you kept talking, and I know we hate interruptions on this show. So.
The thing is, most center folds are mid.
Yeah.
That's
You could have boobed in instead of butted in. I got a snicker out of him. That means it's a good joke, Erica. You should have left too.
She smiled.
I did.
Thank you.
This was sent in from two different people sent the story. One from Cameron, who has sent in a story before, and one from Marissa.
Cameron, last name D?
No,
D
it
for
starts with a
nuts.
D. That the whole name is in D.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Cameron's an off submitter.
Yeah, he does send in a lot of stuff. Thank you, Cameron. This is Today I Frigged Up, folks. That was the lowest quality screenshot I've ever seen. Today I fricked up by trying to bang a goth baddie and my wife found out.
Okay. See, I was on board,
Yeah.
and then you said that last part, and now I'm not on board anymore.
Let's see
Yeah.
if we can get you back on board.
She was like,
What the fuck?
Actually, I said, oh.
We need to have like it goes from this record scratch.
What the fuck?
I don't think that's the button you meant to.
what sound did you mean? Because
Listeners, we all heard me do the what the fuck noise, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're the ones that didn't hear the what the fuck
no,
noise.
for sure, for sure.
I didn't hit the weekly bonus episode button.
no, we didn't do that.
Editor. Thank
Editor?
you. My 31 wife, 32 female.
31 wives.
My 31 male wife, 32 female, and I are in a healthy and happy relationship.
But
Until
That said,
oh,
that's a new one.
that's a new one.
We've been together since high school, so we both feel that we've
Ew.
missed.
Oh my god, who would do that? It's disgusting.
That said, we've both been together since high school, so we both feel that we've missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experiences. We've talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay with having a few hall passes here and there in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together the rest of our lives and we don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. Plus, it's pretty rare that we could even find such an opportunity, as it's a little hard to find hookups when you're in a committed marriage and you don't go out much. Hey, maybe for you, brother.
Hey, maybe for you, brother.
I'm batting people down left and right.
Genuinely?
Yeah, all the time.
Why are you batting people down? I feel like that should be illegal.
They come up to me
you
holding
could-
a
you
sign says, "Please hit me with this bat." They supply the bat. And I say, "Okay, well,
I
I'm
guess
not
if
going
you
to do
have
it hard."
consent.
And it's a wiffle bat,
It's a wiffle bat.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They try to trick me. They try to give me a corked wiffle bat. And I say, if I hit you with this, you're going 13 sheets of paper up to the fucking sky, bud.
It's not 13 sheets of paper. It's 13 folds.
I can't swing very fast.
Nor hard.
Actually, it's corked. It's too heavy.
Yeah, right.
You know how heavy that shit is?
Did I say corked? I meant quarked. It's actually packed to the brim with subatomic particles.
Wow.
Quarked up.
I'm in this instance, I was a quirked up white boy. That's correct. We even gave each other advance approval in case a situation arises, so long as we're safe about it, and tell each other immediately afterward. We've both used one hall pass, each with someone we knew well enough but we would never see again, and no issues have come out of it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship. Oh my, this is important. Do we care about this? Can I just skip the rest of this paragraph?
It's your episode, brother.
I'll just finish it out. And how much we genuinely appreciate being with each other.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
were
classic.
the worst.
That is a classic Christian move. Like, let's just move on, and then it's like 3 words. Actually, it's you guys that cut me off with 3 words left.
I would never.
You fuckers.
I also would never. I almost dropped my water.
Recently, I had to travel to London for work. I don't
Where?
London? Tipton.
Oh, how's she doing?
Honestly, great. Married to Macaulay Culkin. They seem to be doing great
They seem
things
in
with
love.
each other. Yeah.
They do. Kids are cute.
I didn't know they had kids. That's awesome. Love that for them.
Did you hear that they left one in the airport?
Nice.
Thank
The
you.
thing is, I don't know if I've ever seen Home Alone, but I love Macaulay Culkin in his role of Richie Rich. I love that movie so much.
he was, and such a tangent, but he really was just so good at the like smarmy little kid. Like,
Yeah. Have you seen Richie Rich?
not since I was a kid.
Okay, because he's not smarmy. He's actually pretty chill. That's kind of
Is
the
he?
whole. That's kind of the whole thing.
He's chill as hell.
He's pro labor.
I
He's a
just
pro labor billionaire.
All I remember. This might be Dennis the Menace. Does he eat with a homeless guy? Does he eat a can of beans with a homeless guy?
Believe that's Dennis the Menace.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I might not have seen Richie Rich.
I don't normally. He buys a factory that way he can sell it back to the workers to unionize it.
That's sick as hell.
Yeah.
Should the judges start doing that?
Can we afford a factory?
Yeah.
Brother, if we're buying a factory, I'm a capitalist now.
Okay.
I'm keeping it, and I am union busting.
That sucks to hear.
Yeah.
I didn't think our morals would shift that quickly.
I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend an extra few days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was super supportive of me taking some time to explore since I've never been to London, and she has. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy when I'm so inclined, I decided to stay in a hostel. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular, a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. For context, I love the goth girl look. Who doesn't, brother?
For context, she wore all black.
Who doesn't love a goth girl look? Name one person.
Erica, thoughts?
I'm down for goth.
Okay.
I've been sucked into the goth girlfriend propaganda online, so I had to take a propaganda. They're in London,
That was
so they have to
so
say
good.
that. Much to the annoyance of my wife, it isn't her style. She's actually a pastel goth, but she has been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine.
Just a normal goth outfit.
Anyway, I ended up spending a little bit of time with goth French baddie. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show.
Ooh.
Fart show.
La la.
Resume. I found out that she was. It turned out we were both into emo music. What?
Resume.
Isn't that the commercial?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
just very funny that I was like, you hit us with the French word, but it was just shampoo.
Tresemme, ooh la la. Okay. Well, did you hear my twist here? It turned out we both were into emo music.
So not goth, emo.
Poser. And we talked about our favorite bands. I had the thought that she was acting a bit flirty
Let's just
towards
drop some
me.
names.
Yeah, give me an emo band.
Please.
Like he's being a fake emo. He's saying he's
Fake
into
emo.
goth. He doesn't even know.
Poser.
I had the thought that she was acting a little bit flirty towards me, but I didn't think too much of it until I later found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom.
What does that mean? How big are these sinks? That first off, that one person can fit in it, but two?
I don't think they're in it. I think they're using it to wash their hands at the same time.
French people don't take baths.
It's a bird bath, right?
Barely.
Barely.
The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink and a door that was meant to be kept open, but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy. So I'm brushing my teeth, which how you know he's not British,
Yeah.
while chatting up.
Okay. Maybe
He was there for 4 days. He had to pick up the lingo.
He must be Midwest.
Chatting up the real-life version of Shadowheart, who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low-cut top, when she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. Now, folks, this is how we know he's a dumbass, because Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3, if you're wondering, is not goth.
Yeah.
She is emo.
Not goth.
So
Dumbass.
get your shit right. Aurora would be losing her mind right now. Aurora? Are you losing your mind right now? People who confuse emo and goth? She said, yeah,
She's absolutely losing her mind right now.
jump off a cliff in Minecraft is what she said. Anywho,
Whoop-de-woo.
in my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush. Sorry. It's even
One
more
more time.
exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I can't believe this is actually happening to me. I instantly get hard.
Oh my God.
Then she turns around and asks, "Are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" How's that for a French?
It's pretty close.
She had me cornered for 10 minutes, trying to talk me into salvation, while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed, with the whiplash of going from what could have been one of the crowning moments of my life to pure and utter dejection.
Buddy, I hate to tell you, if she's Christian, she might have been asking if you want to do butt stuff. That might have been what she was hinting at here.
The religious fanatic also plays into the Shadowheart stuff.
Yeah.
So, when I told my wife this story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it's karma for annoying her about wanting a goth girlfriend. That's it. That's the story.
Wah, wah.
But as the emailer said, but also the top comment here says, every woman reading this has a brand new weapon to get away from guys they don't want hitting on them. Which just be like, I'm a born again Christian, actually. Do you want to hear about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Or as Christian would say.
Want to do butt stuff? The guy
I don't-
can't see.
That's not what I was.
Stop.
Or as Erica would say,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I was just caught on actual Christian things.
Yeah.
My God.
Thoughts?
This is a good story.
Have you guys ever stayed in a hostel?
No,
No.
that scares me.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie.
The
Have
thing.
you?
I know what happens. Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that movie.
What happens?
Torture. Mostly.
Oh,
Jesus.
not good. Christ?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've heard like people talk about going to hostels and it's like, oh, that sounds cool and interesting.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a thing they can do until you hit about the age about 23. And then it's like, hey, you're aged out of the hostels.
Yeah. It feels very 25 and under.
Yeah,
And I don't know how a woman would feel safe going in there.
exactly.
I could see myself being 25 with like other guys that I know and being like, yeah, we'll save some bucks.
Yeah,
All 5 of us will stay in a hostel.
yeah.
But I could not imagine any other scenario.
And I mean, maybe this is just something like if you're going to be like a world traveler, you just got to suck up and do it. But it's like the idea of like, I have to go stay in like a shared living space with people that I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk to people because, like,
Yeah.
when you go there, you're in the mindset. It's like, I'm going to meet new people. That's like the whole point of going to a hostel,
Right.
instead of staying in like in your own private place.
And I'm sure, as we've never done it and we are American, we have a very different view of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and also I'm an introvert, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there are plenty of good experiences. Hey, not for me. Thoughts, Erica, on that?
I also feel like it would not be for me.
I think that part of it might just be because we're, American.
We're scared with little babies.
And the idea of sharing rooms with people I don't know is very terrifying.
The idea that I'd only get a twin mattress. Ugh.
That doesn't scare me too much. I kind of fit on those pretty good.
I'm too tall for him.
Yeah, I know.
What can I say?
I'm so tall that I wrap back around so it fits me again.
That's actually kind of sick.
I've sort of got the horseshoe theory of height going on, actually.
Actually, really.
I'm actually always on my knees, not sexually.
Oh,
That's just how I'm 5'9" on my knees. We're all the same height laying down except for me. I wrap around, as I said before.
right.
That song by French pop electronica duo, Daft Punk, Around the World, that's about me and my legs.
One more time.
Close.
Hey, and how about one more time we hit this ad break?
See you on the other side.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And welcome back on this side of the ad break where we do a special little thing we like to call.
Circle George. What the hell? It's the Circle George.
And that's where we George around the circle. And I had one prepared, but then Christian, little Chrissy boy over here, says, Josh, shut the fuck up. I have my own.
Push that button.
What the fuck?
No, it's not.
Derogatory.
I don't have shut the fuck up, Josh, on this one. You guys are gonna think this one's fun.
I can't wait.
I think all of
honestly.
yours are fun.
I
Can
could
say
use
that?
some fun in my
This
life.
one's
at
gonna
the
be
moment.
silly, goofy, and you guys are gonna love it. Let's rank how hot the numbers 0 through 9 are.
Okay.
We're gonna rank them, and we're gonna, it's like, ooh, that's a 10, but unfortunately, we're not doing double digits. We're going 0 through 9.
Sure.
9 being the hottest, 0 being
Well,
the not hottest.
a 10 being the hottest,
Right.
a 1 being the least hot.
Okay.
But we're ranking numbers. Do we want to start at a 10, or do we want to start at like the number 1?
What?
Do you want to start?
You pick a number, bud.
Let's just start.
Why would we start at 1?
What do we think the hottest number is?
On a scale of 0 to 9?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the highest number scale of 0 to 9?
The numbers are 0 through 9.
How about
The
we just
scale
go?
is 1 through
Let's
10.
just go numerically then. Start with 0. 10.
No, you
It's-
think a 0 is a 10?
It's all whole.
I was just about to say.
Only fuckable. All
Yuck.
parts of it is fuckable. Actually, it's a 9 because it can get improved, and we'll talk about that later.
Yep. I think we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I rated 0 as 1.
Why?
Okay.
Listing it as boring.
Okay.
Boring. Nothing to it.
I like that it's round. It feels soft to me.
Reminds you of boobs.
Not even.
Hey, you're gonna keep that in mind later.
More vagina than boobs.
Okay.
My girlfriend is a round pussy. Spherical.
1. Let's go to the number 1.
Yeah.
What are we ranking 1 at?
1 pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm not really into 1.
1.
Well, yeah.
That's what I thought. 1.
1's the loneliest.
It
one,
gets
but
a 5.
mid.
It's a little plain, but if it decides to spice it up, it can be maybe a 7.
No, I feel like
funny.
I could do some things with a 1.
Are you saying because a 1 can kind of look like a 7?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I
And
think
like when you draw 1, like when you write a 1, you do just a little dash, but then you could get fancy with it. You can give it a little head, you can give it a
capital
little
1.
little bottom.
You could do that with a 0.
You could. Oh,
It's a lot more likely I have another 1.
0. with a slash through it.
That's hot.
A
That's
knot?
hot, actually.
That's naughty.
That is hot.
That's actually naughty.
That would bump. If I would have thought about that, the zero would have been a lot higher.
I'm gonna say it one more time. That's naughty.
Fuck, that's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Not zero.
I understand the
She
joke.
got it the first time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really.
You ought not, actually. It's so loud. I think a 1 is bad for me. I think it's like a 2.
Like a 2?
It pisses me off.
I think that's because you are so straight.
Interesting.
I
took that as an insult.
you probably should.
Okay, well, okay.
Anyway, I could do some things with a 1. I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm just saying it's not alluring to me. I don't like that it has 2 faces
Yeah, I'm just saying
How does it
one's
have
a
2
5.
faces?
because it can have a hat or not.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's all about the font that it's in,
Right.
which
Yeah,
makes
that's
you
what
sound racist.
What?
Hey, you got me there.
What? How do we feel about 2?
Now are we doing loop or flat? That's the real question. I think 2 is like the 6. The 2 is the one at the end of the bar that you take home at the end of the night and you're like, you're not that upset about it.
2 is slightly lower than mid-range for me, so I'm gonna go with like 4.
2? 2 is a 6. And 2, let's put down the fucking phone and work on our posture.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been saying that about 2s.
You ever notice how a 2 looks like this?
You ever notice that?
You ever notice that?
Posture check 2.
Let's work on it. Let's get off our phone a little bit.
Okay. You're pretty proud of that joke, aren't you?
It's 10 out of 10.
Look
for
at him.
me.
He's
sucks.
beaming. He's beaming.
It sucks that, I don't know, maybe this entire circle church is based off that one premise.
We really should have worked backwards from 9 then, huh?
Well, I didn't know the best way to do it. I felt like this would be less confusing than the other way.
Yeah. 3.
3? What do you guys rated it? Let's hear what you guys say 3 is.
3 reminds me of boobs. I'm into it. I'm gonna go 6 for me.
Wow. That was lower than I would have thought for you, Erica.
I
think-
can't remember. I feel like I need to write this shit down. I don't remember
I
what
don't-
I've used and what I haven't.
I don't think it's that important. It's not like 0 to 9. Like, we're just saying, like, you have multiple 10s.
Oh.
Like the scale, like if you're rating a person.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could.
Okay.
Could.
Insane.
I have the definitive answer. It's all right, but I have the keys.
I think
you know?
3 is the 3. I think it doesn't lie to you.
Whoa. What did you say?
I think that well, I gave it. What did I give it? A
Like a
6?
6?
I'm gonna give it a more like a 7 or an 8.
That's what I was thinking. I gave 3 a 7 because that side profile. I'm rubbing my hands together.
And if you write a 3 with a loop in the middle,
Ooh.
Oh, downgrade 1. Are you kidding me? With a loop in the middle? I am racist against certain fonts of color or numbers, I guess.
oh,
I guess I am racist
That's
against
crazy.
Helvetica.
okay.
I don't think Helvetica would have a loop in it.
It wouldn't.
Unfortunately.
Italics,
I think it's a
Helvetica.
Saint Serif. 4. Where are we at with a 4?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling a 4.
It depends. Are we doing upside down chair or are we doing pointy hat? If we're doing upside down chair, I could fuck a 4. That's a 9 or a 10 for me.
Okay. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. I think I like the rigidness of just 4. It takes up space. It's confident. It knows what it's doing.
4 is very masculine.
4 is a very masculine number.
That's how I felt, and that's why I was not into it.
That's exactly what I thought. I gave 4 an 8. And 4, drop that mewing routine. Come on.
Yes.
That jawline's crazy.
Yeah. And you know his mouth game's crazy because he's
Yeah. Exactly.
Moving on.
5.
Also not feeling a 5 if I'm being for real.
I like 5. 5 is one of my favorite numbers to draw for sure. I think it's like a 7.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
5s feel good. It feels good to write a good 5.
A good 5 does feel nice.
You have to chase the 5. It's
Okay.
not a 5 isn't something that comes after you.
Okay.
It's the game of it all. So
Yeah.
it's like an 8.
You're going to hate to hear this. I rated a 5 as a 3.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling a 5.
And unfortunately, You're gonna want to go talk to a doctor about your scoliosis, 5. What the frick's going on with that?
5 got a BBL.
Oh shit!
And it's kind of fucked up that you would insult them for that.
You think that the round part of a 5 is the backside?
Or they're pregnant.
That's what I'm thinking.
Did I say BBL? I just meant baby.
Baby, 6. 6.
Oh.
I could do 6.
6 is worse than 3 for me. 6 and 3 are related,
Okay,
obviously, because 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6.
there's logic there.
And 3 factorialized is 6 as well, if you really cared.
Didn't.
So I'm going to give it like a 2. I don't like 6.
I'm going to give 6 a 7.
Wow.
I gave 6 a 4. It's really only hot when it's standing next to a 9.
Oh.
Wow, you just made me think a lot about what I'm going to give a 9. That's actually crazy. I really don't like 6s.
Yeah, 6 is pretty low on my list.
I can't envision a 6 that makes me happy.
There we go.
They all look gross to me in my head. I hate writing 6s.
They're easy to write, but there's no wow to them.
Right.
7.
Not feeling a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, 7's like a 1 that's trying too hard. It's lucky, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a 4. It's just okay.
Honestly, I think 7's one of my worst.
Whoa, this one sucks to hear, guys, because 7's obviously a 10. It's the hottest number there is.
Really?
No.
It's the absolute hottest number.
How are you drawing your 7s? Are you doing an upside down L with a cross through the middle?
I do like the cross through the middle.
The cross through the middle was a big improvement in my writing. I intentionally implemented that in college.
Now, when you say upside down L, do you mean
With the hook.
it's at like a 90 degree, or are you doing like an acute angle there?
Well, normally if I write a 7, it's like it's got a little like it's got a little
Ooh, you
like
do
Like a
little tail?
hangman.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And I think that's why I hate it. It's because I put too much into it, and you put in so much effort, and it still looks like shit, and it pisses me off.
I think 7 has a natural beauty, and that's why so many people are attracted to it, drawn to it. That's why everybody
Interesting.
picks 7. That's why it's such a lucky number.
I wonder what the history of 7 as a lucky number is.
That's a good question.
It's the most common dice roll on a pair of 2 dice,
Yeah.
so I'm sure that has something to do with it.
How about 8?
8's my number 10, baby. I am into 8.
I don't know. I think 8 is overrated.
Whoa.
I think 8 is just 2 3s, because 3 times 2 plus 2 is 8.
That one didn't have that. I mean, there was math there, but it wasn't logic going on.
It's like
there.
a 6 for me.
I could do many a things with an 8.
I gave 8 a 9.
Well, and how are we doing our 8s? Are we doing all one motion, or are we doing 2 strokes for your folks?
One motion.
Are you a one motion or 2 stroker? Are you doing circle on circle, or are you doing loop de loop?
You think I'm in fucking kindergarten?
I honestly don't know.
You do 2 circles.
Do I?
No, that was me in shock.
I genuinely can't remember. Hand me a piece of paper right now.
I mean, you can't just do it in the air.
I do 2 circles.
I think I do both.
Freak.
I think
Oh.
I don't know.
I do 2 circles because it's easier to make it look nicer. If I do an 8, it gets too thin sometimes. And you're like, what is
they do
that?
get sloppy. They
What
do get
is-
sloppy.
Like, what is that at all?
But I gave 8 a 9, and I put curves for days.
Yeah, no, I definitely do the one motion.
Yeah, and see how ugly that looks?
I do know what you mean, though, where sometimes it gets stretched too far, and just doesn't look right.
Nah, I'm into that 8 for real.
You guys are just simple-minded. Can I say that?
9.
You could say it, but do you really need to?
Yeah, I do. What are you guys giving a 9?
I like 9 better than 6, if I'm being honest.
A lot better. A lot
Whoa.
better. I think 9 is a 9. I think it doesn't do anything. Can we go back to 7? Editor, put this back into 7.
Yeah.
7's a stone cold killer, bud. 7, 8, 9.
Hey.
That's
No.
Yeah.
No, it's like 7, 8, 9, you know?
It's like 7.
like
7
7,
fucks.
8
Yeah.
for sure.
And The thing is with 9 is I'd give it a 9 because I give it a backbone.
Okay.
6s are they're weak-willed. But
Okay.
9, it's
Up tall. Okay. That
yeah.
was that almost made me change my mind on where I placed the 9. That was crazy. Are we what are we?
We're going 1 through 9, bud.
Okay.
0 through 9.
Yeah, I do just get a straight down.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah.
It's like a punctuation. It's just 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Versus a 6 where you like loop backwards, then you have
Yeah.
to come back over.
Yeah, 6s are always like way too
Yeah.
curvy. But a 9 is just boop.
Yeah.
What do you give a 9, bud?
Unfortunately, I give a 9 a 2, and we got to figure out, like, I don't know, a new haircut or bangs or something, because we got to cover up that forehead.
I like 9 because it looks like a Q, and I think Qs get too bad of a rap.
Unfortunately, I forgot we were only going to 9, and that was the last one.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Oh, I felt like I could have had more pomp and circumstance on the 9, knowing
Okay.
it was the final one, but I forgot.
What did you say for 2? What was your joke on that one?
Get off the phone. Put the phone down. Put the phone down, 2.
I liked that.
Little posture let's practice our posture for just a little bit. 5 minutes a day, bud.
I like that circle jerk a lot.
It was
better.
very creative.
Thank you. I was trying to go back to my roots. Trying to find something silly, goofy to talk about. A little yap on something silly and goofy. And abstract.
It was. It was.
You're a real number file.
I mean, I do want to fuck these numbers.
And
Oh my God.
we have learned that I'm a number phobe, unfortunately.
I feel like of all of us, I am the number phobe.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, because you don't like math.
Yeah, I fucking hate math. I'm
Yeah,
terrible at it, and
that
it
makes
scares
sense.
me. I often cry while doing math.
I've got a real.
The other day, I was at the Chinese restaurant, and I had to leave
had to leave a tip, so I started crying.
No, I had to leave a tip on my credit card, and I was like, "Hey, what's 7 plus 8?" And he looked at me, and it was a teenage kid, and he just was like, what?" And I was like, 7 plus 8, dude, come on.
Quick!
And he's like, "What?
Your
I don't
tip's
know,
going down."
What is it, like 15?"
Yeah.
He was like, 15. I was like, "I don't know. I'm asking you." He's like, "It's 15." I was like, "Okay, cool." I wrote it down. I was like, "Sorry, I'm really bad at math."
Are you an adult?
It is funny that you don't know it, but you get pissed when other people don't immediately know
Yeah.
it. As if there's nobody else in the world that has the same level of simple math skills as you.
Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't be working as a server.
I
How's
don't
he
know.
running the register if he can't run the numbers?
That's what I mean.
I really hate to let you know there is a computer in front of him that does all the hard work.
I know. And I was hoping that he would use that to tell me what I needed to do.
8 plus 7?
Brother, that's a hard one.
You do
No.
8 plus 2 plus 5.
Ew.
There's too many numbers.
What do you do?
You guys are gonna hate this.
Nice.
I just know the pattern of all single digits added to each other.
I mean, that's
And-
fair.
And I do the math from there.
For sure. But if you're doing 18 plus 17, I'm going to do 25 plus 10.
See, I would do 15. I would start at 15 and then
Interesting.
You've
the
already
points.
lost me.
What up, my B words? This is
Sup,
from
bitch?
this is our listener submitted sound, which we played
Wait,
before.
hold on. What do we think the B word is that they're referring to?
Budgies.
buddies.
What do you think it is?
Bitches.
Okay, I can't say that
Babes.
word, so that's
Josh
not
doesn't
my
say
word.
Babes. You don't say bitch?
We've talked about this before.
And I've said it more than ever since you've said that. Bitch. I don't like saying it. I don't like calling people a bitch.
I get that.
I'll say it.
Well, takes one to know one.
I'll say bitch till the cows come bone.
Come home, come home, come home. I feel like I started saying it more since listening to Caleb Heron's podcast because he calls people bitch a lot.
Gotcha. This is called something.
Hey, what's up? POV, if you have headphones on, Scooby-Doo from Scooby-Doo is running past you.
Loved that. Thank you, Josh. Wonderful, wonderful noise.
That sucks. I have to do the entire episode as a stereo now just for that.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I'm editing it. But you could also
sucker.
just do the phone track as stereo.
Yeah, that's fair. Fairio.
Yeah. Thank you. And if you want to send a listener submitted sound, go ahead and do that. judgiespod@gmail.com. Label it as a listener submitted sound. That way it's easier for us
Joshua.
to sort. What is up, Richard?
You know what else sucks that you have to edit for this episode?
What, your feet?
My feet.
I've thought about it the entire time.
Sorry.
Have you had them dogs out the whole time?
Not on purpose.
I put the shoes on just in case.
Well, I didn't wear... I wore sandals, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
It'll be unedited on the bonus episode, folks. I'm joking. I don't know if I want to put that much effort into it. That's just to make sure we don't get sued by the foot police. You could get on Ricky Feet.
I was going to say, if we could get you on a Ricky Feet page, that'd be absolutely, dare I say, boggers.
This is a crazy story sent to us from Chuck.
Do you still need this?
I feel like people don't actually want to see my feet, so...
You would be shocked.
You, and I'm saying this with love, I fear you only say that because you're so dating Christian. You don't know many men is what I'm trying to say. There are men that will want to see it just because you're a woman. They won't even care if they're attracted to feet. They just think, oh, I'm not supposed to see this.
That could be stomping on my balls.
Let me see them piggies, is what they'll say. So
If I decided to do a website such as that, do I
Yeah.
have to show my face?
no, of course not.
I can just be like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to put effort into it. It's not like,
with props and things.
Sure, yeah. Smash a banana in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could do that.
But the thing is, how are you going to market it if not for them
know.
knowing that it's you?
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want people to know that it's me.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. I will say most foot fetish content will also involve a vagina in the picture somewhere.
Oh,
It's, yeah, most. I mean, not
the
all.
hell?
Not all.
Josh has been doing his research.
I was about to say, how do you know this, Joshua?
I'm a provocateur. I'm an art enjoyer, fart enjoyer. You're telling me you've never seen somebody post like a sexy foot photo?
No.
No.
You guys are crazy. I'm not the weird one.
I've seen a sexy foot photo. I've never seen a sexy foot photo with a vagina in it.
Well, you're looking at the wrong ones, folks. I'm not saying
I'm just
all of
distracted by
them.
the foot too much. I'm marveling
You have
the work of...
lewds and nudes is what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's the lewds version of feet photos, and that's a whole other market versus the nudes version of feet photos.
Yeah, that's why Tucky Christie isn't taken off.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to post for the last 2 years.
This is from a listener. It's a listener submitted story. We always do one, folks. Hi, Judgies. It's Chuck from the throwing
Sure.
up on a date 3 times story. Do you remember this? As a lady who got drunk, went back to the room, and then puked 3 times.
Okay.
And we called her Chuck because up Chuck. Think you read it. I was so excited to have you read my story. So excited for your feedback. Love the nickname and was shocked you were able to come up with so many tangents on it. Embarrassing. Anyway, here's my next story for you. Not a TIFU, not an AITA, just a gross, disgusting city life experience. A mouse cuddled up with us in bed.
But like, no, like in a cute way.
No.
My boyfriend and I moved to New York City almost a year ago due to his new job. For the first 4 months, we subletted a bedroom, landlords, pieces of shit, while we got acquainted. Wait, no, they were the ones subletting. They were the subletters. No, they were the sublettees. They were the sublettees. They were the ones renting from someone.
Okay.
I take it back, Chuck. Sorry. For the first couple months, we subletted a bedroom while we got acquainted with the city and looked for a new apartment. The apartment we moved into was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a 40-something-year-old man who worked as an interior designer, so the place was beautiful and well taken care of, though tiny, as New York City apartments often are. We lived on the top floor, 6th floor, of the apartment, and at the bottom was a Taco Bell, which we thoroughly enjoyed, smiley face. It's heaven. Heaven.
Yeah.
We saw no bugs or rodents in the building, and even the neighborhood was very clean, so we were pretty comfortable. About 2.5 weeks into living there, we had our incident. I remember it clear as day and will recite it as I remember. My boyfriend and I were asleep in our bed. It was around 5 a.m. We had the sleep in. Jeez, wake up, be productive.
Come
Day's
on.
half over by then.
I split my days into 3 days.
Thank you. Grind set, baby.
We had the AC going, so it was super chilly, and we stacked on the blankets. I don't know where I hear my boyfriend scream, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
at the top of his lungs. The way he screamed sounded like he was in pure terror. I was startled awake, but I just assured myself that he had a nightmare. I rolled over and rubbed his shoulder and asked what was wrong. "There was a rat in our bed," he said with shaky breath.
Okay, a rat or a mouse?
Well, you can't have a mouse outside the house.
Yeah.
But you can have a rat.
No, as soon as the
No.
rat comes into a house, it's
It's a mouse.
No.
And once a
Yeah.
mouse goes outside the house, that's a rat.
Incorrect.
You've
no,
never-
no.
You've never seen Scary Movie 3.
That's correct, yeah.
Or 1 or 2. Or 4. Or 5 or 6.
Is there that many?
I believe so.
I know there's a Scary Movie 5. I don't know that. I know there's a Scary Movie 4.
Okay.
I think we need to bring back parody movies. That's my
Yeah.
hottest take.
Should you start a film company?
I think movie 43 is slept on. "There was a rat in our bed," he said with a shaky breath. I was immediately shocked out of my sleep. "A rat? Are you serious?" I asked. He nodded. "Well, where is it now?" I asked, and I shifted uncomfortably under the covers. He pointed at the bedroom wall in front of us. I threw it. "What do you mean you threw it?" I said. He proceeded to tell me that he felt something tickling the back of his neck while he was sleeping. In his slumber, he thought it was my hand, so he grabbed it, but he realized it was too squishy to be my hand. He then thought it was his toe separators, those squishy, rubbery things he puts between his toes to stretch them out after wearing narrow shoes. Nerd. But as he started to wake up, he started to feel the bones as he squeezed the object.
Oh!
That's when he realized it was none of those things, and he chucked it at the wall. And that is when he screamed. "Is it still there?" I asked in horror. He nodded.
I like to think that it made like a cartoon mouse-shaped hole through the wall.
Rat. We need to establish, is this a mouse or a rat?
It's in the house, so it's a mouse.
He nodded. I had no interest in seeing the thing that was probably crawling all over me while I slept peacefully a few minutes ago. I had no interest in seeing the thing that was probably crawling all over me while I slept peacefully just a few minutes ago. I had my boyfriend turn on the lights and inspect, and we saw the rodent laying on the ground, appearing lifeless. Neither of us were convinced, and neither of us were going back to sleep. We tried to process how this had happened, imagined what the rodent was doing in our bed before we woke up. We just freaked ourselves out more and more. My boyfriend had me go wake up our roommate, a New York City dweller for 16 years, and
What the hell?
the loudest dirt bike, and asked for help to get the rat out of our room. Luckily, by this time, it was 6 a.m., and he was up getting ready for work like a good, nice, noble citizen, ready
you.
to earn money and pay his taxes. Our roommate helped us catch the rodent, which he decided was a large mouse, not a rat. But I don't know if that makes it any better.
It
Does it-
doesn't.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
It doesn't.
The mouse was hard to catch. My boyfriend...
I thought it was dead.
No.
Dying.
My boyfriend and him used a trash can, a rag, and a broom while I stood in the bed watching and recording from safety. Here's the video I got of them trying to catch it, LOL, and there is a video attached. Once they caught him, my roommate took the mouse outside. Hopefully it lived a long, full life, but I think my boyfriend chucked it very hard at the wall, and I'm not sure it'll survive those energies. Flex. Absolute flex on your boyfriend's muscles. My roommate said that was only the second time he's seen a mouse in the apartment since he had moved in 16 years ago, and he apologized profusely that we went through that. But we were just grateful he got it out because neither of us could fathom touching the thing after it violated us in our sleep. After that, we couldn't sleep well for weeks. We bought rodent deterrents and closed up all the holes in our room we could find. Anytime my foot rubbed up against my boyfriend, he jolted awake.
Yeah.
I had nightmares of rats crawling on me.
I'm
It
going to have
was
fucking nightmares tonight.
a tough first month or two.
That's not funny. I was just telling Courtney that story.
We don't know why a mouse would cuddle up with us. We have two theories. The room was super cold at night, and maybe it was just trying to get warm. Or maybe the mouse had that
wanted to
one
be our
disease that makes it attracted to predators.
What disease is that?
E. coli. It's
No.
The one in
fast
cat pee?
friends.
The one in
It is. Oh, I'm so close. So shut the fuck up, Christian. I'm so close.
Yeah, that never works when you tell him that.
What the hell?
It's toxoplasmos.
Toxoplasmus gondii is what I said.
Toxoplasmosis. Yeah.
Gondii.
It's the one in cat pee.
Yeah. That's what I said. Luckily, this never happened again. We moved out and have our own place and have yet to see a mouse or a rat. I hope putting this on your podcast doesn't manifest anything.
If we get another fucking...
Any kind of live animal.
What's the thing we got in our house twice?
A chipmunk.
A chipmunk? Nice back on the boyfriend.
No, that's the roommate.
Good back on the roommate. Good hamstrings on the boyfriend.
I'm looking at his plant.
Oh, we don't even get to see the frickin' creature. But yeah, they got it. Not a very good video. Sorry. Chuck.
I hated that.
Great story, though.
Have I told the story of my sister imitating mouse noises in my vent?
I don't think so.
So when I was in high school, I was probably 15 or I think I was probably 16 or 17. I don't know. I was sleeping and my bedroom, we lived in an old house and my bedroom had a vent that was open to both sides.
Sure.
So into my room and into the other room, and you could close it on one side or the other. My sister would constantly fuck with me through that stupid fucking vent.
Her sister being like 7 at this time.
Yeah, my sister's 8 years younger than me. And I'm asleep. It's Saturday morning. I'm sleeping in. And all of a sudden I wake up to
Yeah.
scratching, little animalistic noises. And my mom had just caught a mouse. And keep in mind, we live in a very rural, small town close to a cornfield. So getting mice, not uncommon. And we had just caught one in the house like a couple of days before that. And it's making fucking noise. It sounded like it was right next to my fucking head. And I jolted awake, freaked out. I ran downstairs. I've never been dramatic a day in my life. And I was like yelling at my mom, like, you have to go up there, set a trap. I'm fucking not going back to sleep. Like, this is ridiculous. Threw a whole fit. I go back about my business. I get called back down to my mom and she's like, Toby has something she wants to tell you. And she is holding back laughter. And my sister is cowering behind her, scared to tell me that she was the one making noises into the vent. That she made little mouse noises just to fuck with me. And there was no actual mouse.
But there was before, just that time.
There has been mice, but that time specifically
no mice.
Was her.
Yeah.
She's such a little shit.
That's pretty funny.
She thinks it's hilarious.
Didn't you wake up to a mouse like under your pillow? Like
No, so that's a whole different story.
That's when you pissed off the rat mob.
Yeah. Have I told that one?
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, I was home alone and I had just...
Macaulay Culkin style.
No.
Is that Scooby-Doo riding a bike?
I was home alone and our house had a staircase that had like an L shape. So there was a small stair and then a landing and then
flex.
turn.
Yeah, rich.
And the opposite, actually.
Super rich.
Super poor. Crazy. And I went to walk down these stairs and there was this tiny little mouse on the landing. And I was home alone, so nobody could help me. So I went into my brother's room and he had like a sniper rifle Nerf gun type thing. And so I leaned over the railing onto the landing and just stabbed this little mouse with the Nerf gun. It didn't die all the way. So then I picked it up with a towel and I sobbed the whole way out of the house and just tossed it in the front yard. And then I went about my business. And then that night, or maybe it was the next night, I don't remember, I came home and my sister and my mom were both like, hey, so I was changing the sheets on your bed and I found a dead mouse under your pillow. And I fucking flipped out. And they could be lying to me, I guess, but...
Probably were.
They probably were, but I like flipped my mattress and turned it the opposite direction. I burned my sheets, like totally new sheets, and I've just like sobbed.
Have you ever burnt a pair of sheets before?
Never.
Yeah, me either. I didn't even know that was a possibility.
This is like little mouse revenge.
Yeah.
I killed their baby and then they sacrifice one of their own and put it under my pillow
as they
punishment.
should have.
Yeah.
Did you have cats growing up?
Not in our house, no.
Because it could have been a gift.
It wasn't.
Any other small animals you tortured while you were a child?
No.
Okay. This is another listener submitted story. It's a real short one. So I'm going to read it real quick, if that's all right.
No,
That
actually,
sounds
fuck
great
you.
to me.
Today I fricked up, actually, by having Judgies connected to the Bluetooth of my car.
Oh.
Hi, Judgies. You can use my name, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
This happened, and I am currently sitting in my car laughing. On my way over to Walmart,
Holy shit.
Rich. I was listening to episode 217. So this just happened, folks. Through my car's Bluetooth. I had a drive-up order, so I parked, paused the show, shoved my phone in my pocket, and got out to open the trunk. An employee with my order came up to my car, now with the trunk open as well as the driver's door. At that moment, I managed to bump my phone in a way that unpaused the show. The parking lot was now serenaded with Erica's sultry voice, boldly stating, "Every single fart was a dangerous one." I scrambled to pause it again. I finally got my phone out and paused as Erica mentions that she happened to be on her period.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, this parking lot was busy. And I noticed at least a half dozen people snap their heads over
Way
to my
to
car.
plug.
As a diehard piss baby, I burst out laughing and told him I was listening to my favorite podcast and they are not shy about bodily functions. ABP, baby. He just gave me the okay face and went about loading my car. Oof, okay, that was fantastic. Now that I am settled, time to go home. I bet several people have quite the story to tell now. Love you all, Heather.
Thanks, Heather. I like to imagine an alternate world where Josh was in a similar situation because I could see you doubling down on it and being like, no, it's actually really, really good. I actually like how they talk about their bodily functions all the time.
Well, you know, like I as soon as I pull into a parking lot, I will like turn off my car's audio because I'm aware, very aware of like when you think you're just listening to your phone conversation.
Yeah.
Everyone can
How many
fucking
cars
hear
you
it.
walked
So
by?
loud.
Yeah, so I'm very, very aware of that. Sometimes I do, like if I'm going through a drive-through and I have like something political playing,
You pause it.
I pause it until after I've paid.
Oh my God. I do the same thing.
I like completely pause it while I'm at the window until I've paid, and then once I've paid, I'll for whatever reason just like turn on a little bit. But it's like I don't want to be like at a thing and then, you know, someone yells about Joseph Robinette Brandon and then have them like look at me weird. So I don't even want to entertain the idea of having a conversation with the poor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you ever like, are you ever like listening to like a good new song and you're at the drive-thru and you're like, I'm going to let this one play. Let's have them listen to good music too.
No, I immediately turn down everything.
I don't turn it back on until I pull away.
Yeah. If I'm near the speaker, I don't turn it on, obviously. Because I also don't use my windshield wipers there, folks. That's right. I'm a man of the people.
You don't use your windshield wipers when you're at the drive-thru? Like even if it's raining, you shut them off? Or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when it flings, it'll go into the freaking windows.
Yeah.
So I ruined a vacation because I said no when my partner asked me to marry him. Am I the asshole?
Oh, I mean, no. You
This
have
was
the right to say no to it.
Sent to us. This one is a shit show, and I think Rick would love to read it. But
You
I'm
can
gonna
read it.
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, my grandma did that. So
Thank you for making me belly laugh all the time. Pisses and kisses, Jasper, they, them. Anywho, my now ex-partner asked me to marry him, even though I told him I don't ever want to get married again. There's not really much to that story because the title explains it, but I, female 42, have talked multiple times with my partner, male 43, about this topic. I told him that I never want to get married, and it's not about him. It's just the fact that I see no point in getting married again. I was married once and had a horrible divorce from my ex to take away our daughter and more. Basically, I decided I never wanted to be bound to anyone in that way. It's just easier to break up than to divorce. My partner isn't really happy with this, and he asked me multiple times what could change my mind, and do I just not want to marry him? These questions started to infuriate me and would lead to arguments because I said a million times I don't want to get married at all. Last time we had an argument was at the beginning of July when he started that topic again, and I told him that I think we just need to stop this relationship because it's obvious we don't agree on our long-term views. I made a big deal about it, and my daughter and his kids were mad at me because I wanted to break up, but he didn't. Insane that everybody was not on your side.
Yeah.
I decided to stay, and I was finally convinced we were done with this topic and that he had agreed to just continue living together until we went on vacation last week to Greece. And for some reason, he asked me to marry him. It made me so mad. I seriously didn't know if I wanted to cry or scream. He asked me this in front of my daughter and his kids, which made it even worse. I said no, and I went back to the room.
How many days into the vacation are we?
They stayed behind and probably talked shit about me, but now I realize that not marrying him was a good choice because even though I said no multiple times before, he thought that if he pressured me on vacation at a public place in front of the kids, that I would feel obligated to say yes.
Yeah, you can't say no in front of a kid.
The implication. I packed my bags and told my daughter to do the same. She was mad at me, but she'll get over it. We came back from the trip only 2 days after we arrived.
So first day of the trip, yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to continue this relationship because I feel disrespected and
Yeah.
disgusted by the way he thinks.
Yeah. I mean, you're clearly setting a boundary and he's not listening.
This is an edit. I never knew this would get so many comments, and for people who agree with me, thank you. Little add to this, many people mentioning that my past relationship is the reason I don't want to marry, but no, it's not. I don't even think about my first failed marriage. It's irrelevant. I just don't want to get married again because it didn't feel special or important anymore. Besides that, since I left from vacation last week, he sent me multiple messages accusing me of cheating, and that being the reason I didn't want to get married. He called me some shameful names, so that tells me enough about how much he really loved me or cared. Safe to say this relationship is completely over. Basically now he's still calling me and sending messages, but saying he's sorry for calling me a slut and saying I'm cheating on him. He's again saying it doesn't matter that I don't want to get married and that we shouldn't break up. I know this isn't true because he said that before, and yeah, I guess this is the last edit.
So I guess I don't follow the logic but behind his insult. I don't see how this makes her a slut.
No, because she was cheating on him with other men. That would be the sluttiness.
Which wasn't the case.
Which was not the case, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
But if an 8 walked by, shit.
Wait, like the number or a person who is an 8?
You be the judge of that.
I don't understand how everybody in your family is like, no, fuck you, you have to stay with him.
Because you got to get married.
I was about to say, like, oh, maybe he's just a really good guy. He's not, if he's not respecting your boundaries.
Well, and even with the comments of people saying like you need to get over your past relationship, like it's her choice to not get married again.
Yeah.
It's not like if she wants to be in a relationship, she has to get married.
She has clearly and effectively communicated her feelings.
Yeah.
And you're not respecting that.
That's crazy. Frickin' Reddit, brother.
Freaking men, really.
What? The daughter was in on it too.
Okay.
And his daughters.
Okay. He's still the adult here
What?
that disrespected his partner.
He's 45, barely a young buck.
His brain just finished developing.
Okay.
He's set out in the world, and and boys are gonna. Can I say this?
No.
Be
You
boys,
cannot. No.
Holy cow.
Boo.
and girls
Actually,
are gonna be amphibians.
Rule on the world.
amphibians.
I saw this as a TikTok. It was a joke. It was a joke, funny little TikTok.
That girls are amphibians?
Yes, it was. If boys will be boys, then girls will be blank, and all the girls said amphibians.
It's because
I don't want to be an amphibian, actually.
You don't want to spend a little time in the water, a little time on the land?
Hang on.
Dip the little toes in every once in a while?
Are we thinking frog? Are we thinking salamander? Newt? Maybe.
I don't know any amphibians beyond those three. And I wouldn't even said salamander if I'm being quite honest with you.
How are we feeling about axolotl? What are the chances?
Are they amphibians?
I don't know.
I don't think they are.
Well, because I guess we all know that there's like reptiles, which are land, right?
Yeah.
And then you have amphibians, which are land and water.
And then you have
What the fuck is just water?
Yeah.
What's a turtle? An amphibian, right? A sea turtle? Is a sea turtle an amphibian?
A reptile? But it's only underwater?
I think it's a reptile.
And it's not a mollusk.
Is it still an amphibian?
I don't
What
think
makes
so.
it something an amphibian?
That it breathes through its skin.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was something about skin involved. but-
Sea turtles are reptiles. Not like
Huh.
that.
I'm pretty sure amphibians have to have like moist skin because that's how they breathe.
Examples of amphibians: oxalotl, number one answer.
Okay.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
All right.
Frog,
Okay.
salamander,
Okay.
Sicilians, which are kind of like worm snakes. They
Okay.
look very gross.
Yeah.
They kind of like giant night worms. Diplococcus,
The dinosaur?
and it's an extinct genus of amphibians which lived in the late Carboniferous era, which is kind of crazy that's result number 5, Google.
It is crazy that by 5 we're going back to dinosaurs.
And then literally just naming other like specific lizards and like salamanders and frogs.
That's crazy that those 4 animals get an entire branch of amphibian, and then there's everything's just fish. Everything in the water is just fish.
I see Newt here. Okay.
Gingrich or otherwise?
His wife making chili in the you don't the thing is you don't know politics or memes, and the whole thing is that Newt Gingrich's wife posts insane shit. Everybody Google Newt Gingrich's wife
Chili.
oiled up with Jordans on. No, she just like posts insane shit, and they'll just like edit the fuck out of the pictures. It's so fucking funny. If you want to have another hour of this, I don't know why, but you can over on the Patreon listen to that.
Don't know why, you son of a bitch.
Weekly bonus episode.
That is patreon.com/judgiespod. $10 gets you a bonus weekly episode. $5 gets you a monthly episode. And hey, $1 gets you ad-free episodes and Discord access, where I hate to say this, folks, Discord's popping.
Cheese.
It's going very hard. And here's the thing, folks. I do want to say this about the Patreon. I understand if you can't afford it. It's not, obviously, it's very, very generous of you to be able to afford it. You can pay $10, go through, download the entire back catalog,
Who's going to stop you?
and then not renew your subscription. And then maybe in 3 months, 4 months, when you've caught up, pay another $10 and you can get access to all that content again. It's actually a super sick way to take advantage of Patreon's scheme. So go ahead and do that. Erica, where else can they find us?
On the internet, wherever you're at, we're probably there too. And you can bet our handle's probably at Judgies Pod. That's JUDGIES pod. Thanks.
Hey, if you got a story, send it to us. judgiespod@gmail.com. Put it in the subject line.
We're
stories.
running out of stories.
Out of sounds. Send us your stems. Vocal stems. I
don't
requested
think
it.
that episode's come out yet, has it?
Maybe that's why I was like, I swear I requested. to please send us in your
I think
vocal
that comes out on Monday.
stems. I would love to hear you guys' vocal stems.
Vocal stem's so nice they heal me. Call that a vocal stem pack.
Okay. Bye.